All right, everyone, I've got a fresh update on what's going on between the United States of America, Donald Trump, Iran, and what's happening with that 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium that they have either already made a nuclear weapon, and that's why America is standing off from this contact event with Iran, or what's going to happen to it next.
Shalom, or Shabbat Shalom, call hello, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Shem Kakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them. It's true. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word in truth and in sincerity of hope like tabernacle. David, Elder Yahshua, I'm back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to you all. I saw this with Skeletor and listened to about 10 seconds of it, and he said everything that I said earlier in a lesson today. Basically, that Iran is about to get a bomb, or Iran has a bomb, has 4 bombs. In this video here, let me see if I can locate it. This one, right? Nuclear Iran being hidden, right? Persia has nukes. What is that? 53 minutes, 53 and a half. Right, going into how Dave Hodges over at Common Sense says that they've had nukes for years, right, all the way up to at least 14 months ago. That was his first, assessment, and had many others. So let's continue to listen to him say. Let's see. This shall be with. Let's get that popped in my head. And this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Let's see, burning. This thing came out in a while. And fuel. Used to be that. Let's see. But this shall be with. What is it? The Battle of the Warrior? For every battle. Isaiah 9 and 5. Wow. Just popped up. Okay. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this, World War III, shall be with burning and fuel of fire, with those nukes. So let's watch this. Continue on. Skeletor. This is full spectrum survival. Red alert. We have reached critical. We have reached critically contact event in Iran. Refusal to surrender. World War III now. We affectionately call this guy Skeletor because the elder apostle Tahar. Anyway, take it away, Skeletor.
Today's most important geopolitical development is starting to unfold before our eyes. This, of course, centers around that 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium and Iran's refusal to surrender control of it.
Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. In 1 month, Iran will have a nuclear weapon. In 1 month, Netanyahu has been saying this for 40 years now. In 1 month, Iran will have a nuclear weapon.
We're seeing a growing standoff that is going to determine whether the coming months are dominated by military escalation or there's some sort of implementation of diplomacy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
peace
moving
and safety. Diplomacy would be peace and safety, and we know how that works with Bibi Netanyahu. Peace and safety is okay. Let's hold these talks. Are they done yet? Because we got a missile to fire directly at you. Okay.
Diplomacy. There's a lot of moving pieces here, so we're going to unpack them. Reports involving Iran, the United States, and now Kazakhstan, and the International Atomic Energy Agency are all surrounding ongoing negotiations. But we also see military positioning in a broader strategic chess match that extends well beyond the Middle East, and
World
that's
War
where it
Three.
takes an important turn. What makes this situation that is happening right now even more unique is that we are no longer discussing a hypothetical nuclear capability that's years down the road. The conversation is now shifting toward existing capability, Iran's leverage, and what each side, of course, believes is necessary for their own survival and the survival of their people. Now, according to recent reporting, Kazakhstan they expressed a willingness to the IAEA and the USA to act as a sort of custodian for Iran's nuclear stockpile, the enriched uranium that's over 60% purity. The leadership inside of Kazakhstan reportedly discussed the matter with the Director General of the Atomic Energy Agency. Now, this proposal centers around safeguarding, so they say, and storing the material outside of Iran should a broader agreement ever be reached. And that's what's happening. They're trying to move in and get it now and hold it as a middleman so that if Iran retains sovereignty and control over it, they can have it from Kazakhstan. And if an agreement is reached with the United States of America, the USA can take it from Kazakhstan.
They can't take shit. Why? The Most High empowered that Smith. He empowered that scientist to make that stuff. Right? He's the one. This is the Most High's thing. So you could try to stop it, but the Most High put His spirit, if you will, or His sanction on getting these things made. I have created the Smith. It blows the coals in the fire. Okay, so those nuclear scientists, right? I won't say that they're being protected; they're being killed left and right. But the Most High is the one that put the spirit on them to do whatever it is that they said that they're doing right now. Behold, I have created this, but I sanctioned it, that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So this is the Most High's work. Okay? It's the Most High's work. He's the one doing it. All right? This is talking about those nuclear missiles. Okay? The armies that destroy. What armies? Those armies are go to those missiles in Joel 2, which we won't get them, but we know what we're talking about here. Okay?
Now, that country is not some random nation volunteering for the job. It's the world's largest uranium producer. It already hosts the IAEA's low enriched uranium fuel bank, and it has decades of nuclear experience and a long positioning system to put itself as a
That's the
serious
Most
player
High's work.
in nuclear diplomacy. But the problem is that Iran reportedly does not want the uranium to leave territory. That's their leverage point. From Tehran's perspective, this material is not just fuel and it's not even just a nuclear weapon. It's deterrence. It's
What did he say? He used the word. He used this word right here. No. Where's that word fuel? It's in here. Fans the flame and forges. Forge fuel. It's in here. Fuels the fire. Bloweth the coals. Fan builds. Fuel for the fire. Maybe I'm thinking of a different precept. And fuel of fire. Maybe I'm confabulating. I might be confabulating. And fuel of fire. Where does that come from? Let me where does that go to? Did I just read that? Yeah. Slovakia, that's what. This is the same. Wait. Fuel of fire. It's on me. I just read it. Slovakia. Fuel for the fire. What is fuel for the fire? Uranium. Right? Let's read it again. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Going back to the ancient days when they did close hand-to-hand combat. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Fuel for the fire. What else? Destroyed by clothing. Let's see. Fuel for the burning, fuel for the fire. As fuel. Become fuel. Consumption of. Fuel. I heard that word. What did you say there, Skeletor? I have a bit of clairaudience, so used to when I was young.
Problem is that Iran reportedly does not want the uranium to leave territory. That's their leverage point. From Tehran's perspective, this material is not just fuel, and it's not even just a nuclear.
It's not just fuel for fire. See, my ears pick stuff like that up. I'm like, did he just say fuel? And connect that fuel of fire. We just read it, so what that tells me, when I make a video earlier today, about 4 hours ago, and it's all about, well, Iran has the nuke now, right? And it jumps in my face. I'm like, okay, the Spirit says, make your video about this. And then I'm like, okay, now what am I going to make the update about? And then this is the first thing that I see, and it's all about Iran having nukes and fuel for fire. So.
Tehran's perspective, this material is not just fuel, and it's not even just a nuclear weapon. It's deterrence. It's insurance. It is a bargaining chip with an enormous political capital. For years, we've seen Iran watch what happened inside of Libya, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, governments around the world that didn't have any sort of meaningful deterrence capability. And the lessons that those regimes took away from this in political history is very simple. Strength prevents intervention. Now, what this means from their perspective is that if they maintain sole sovereign possession of this stockpile,
fuel,
it gives them power over the USA and strategic security. But the United States.
Let's put that fuel together with what? The rocket. See, all this is coming together. Let's go to Joel 3. And then we'll go to Joel 2. Let's go to 10. Let's get the missiles. Right? Fuel. And now the spears. Okay, so this is what they're doing. This goes directly. You got to put the fuel with what? The delivery system. Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares into swords. Those swords are those missiles. Your pruning hooks into spears. Those spears are those missiles. Let the weak say I'm strong. Well, we got that uranium now. We got the fuel. Plus, we got the delivery system. See uh, this ICBM being made here. What does it do? The ZAC 12, 14, right? 1412, Slovakia, like that old war. Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people which that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their hold, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That's what that yellow cake, that fissile material, that fuel does. Okay, it consumes. Right, when that thing is ignited, super hot, melts. Right? Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. Right?
Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, they view this situation very differently. Washington's position is consistently showing that we view the enriched uranium at the levels where it is right now, presenting a serious concern, shows that any long term agreement requires the addressing of this stockpile directly. Reports are indicating that roughly 400 kilograms of this uranium, enriched to 60%, is one of the major issues in these negotiations. Now, nuclear experts, they are frequently pointing out that once uranium reaches this level where it is last known in enrichment, bumping it up to nuclear weapons grade material is really just a 1 to 2 week ordeal. As the geopolitical pressure intensifies, we don't see either the USA or Iran willing to surrender what they see as the strongest card here. Now, in our option, Iran isn't going to surrender this leverage at all. The United States of America will not legitimize the situation that they view as dangerous to Israel or the USA. And so both sides continue a maneuvering. But one thing that we have seen is that the negotiations tend to move fastest when both sides understand the consequence of failure. There has been a tremendous amount of discussion regarding America's military capability, including the fact that we went through 4 years of missiles in a 3-month period. Whether the United States of America even retains the ability to conduct new precision operations if negotiations break down, because America must stand ready to defend our allies in other areas, NATO backups, and when China decides to move on Taiwan. But regardless of what people hear on social media, the United States possesses an enormous amount of intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, and strike capability.
Not true. None of those things are true, and it was just proven over there in the Middle East. Matter of fact, let's get this in our close. Baby came as women. Here's the truth. Born to fight. They burn their dwelling places? Yeah, yeah. Jeremiah 51:30. This is the truth about the American army. For the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They don't fight no more. They might launch some. They have remained in their holes. Yeah, they got a joystick in there. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned their dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So you can't lie. Those old lies about American supremacy, that paper tiger has sailed.
Defend our allies in other areas, NATO backups, and when China decides to move on Taiwan.
They can't wait.
But regardless of what people hear on social media, the United States possesses an enormous amount of intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, and strike capability. American military planners have spent decades now building a system that is designed to monitor, track, and target strategic assets, not just throughout.
I'll read one more precept and we'll see. See if that's true. Second Ezra 9 and 3 in the GMT. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. This is why America's going to get waxed in World War III. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what God Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close. Sorry, Skeletor, you just can't spew rhetoric that has no basis in reality anymore. What's going on over there? Why are they running? Not just because they have a nuke over there. They're running you the fuck. They're running your carriers are about to be at the bottom of the ocean. Stop playing with that. We pray that the elect ratify your brothers and sisters. Shabbat shalom.